Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the You Gotta Be Frickin' Kidding Me Show with your hosts, Jeff Leaf and LG. Without further ado, here we are with the You Gotta Be Frickin' Kidding Me Show.
Hey, LG.
Hey, Leaf.
Hey, I know he's still here. We just had the Russell Reed show. What does this guy have? Does he have a 12-inch dick?
I don't think that's any of our business.
You know what, though? Every week I come in, he has these beautiful, pretty women in here. I mean, does his dick have 3 zip codes?
I told you before, Leaf. It's none of our business.
Well, no, bullshit. It's some of our business. For crying out loud. I mean, I come in here, I shit my pants. These gorgeous women in here. I'm not kidding. This guy's. I'm telling you.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he does it either. You know, can we start getting some of these
one of
girls on our show?
8th wonders of the world. You know, we've had some.
You tried to coerce Julie to do the show here too with me.
She took one look at you and said, "I'm getting the hell out of here while the getting's good."
And you know what? I don't blame her. She's like, "I ain't sitting down with that asshole." Oh, I swore already.
I wish you would stop that, Leaf.
I don't care.
So, Leaf, really, man, this has been a drastic week, and I don't know what it is about the month of April. I'm hearing from April 14th through the 21st.
Right.
All kinds of tragedies happen, man. I mean, it started out with this Boston bombing. I mean, geez, oh, man.
Yeah, we had that, my God. And then down in Texas, for crying out loud, that...
fertilizer explosion.
Yeah, excuse me. But, yeah, that explosion, oh, my God, it's been terrible. They still haven't got... Well, the last I left, and it was probably about 15, 20 minutes ago, I was over at the club, and there was gunfire again in Newtown.
Well, right now they're saying that not Newtown, it's Watertown.
Watertown. Okay.
Now they're saying the suspect's still alive and they have him surrounded, man.
Well, they've been saying that all day. Hopefully they get him alive.
It says right here, it says, shortly after the lifting of the lockdown, officials rushed to this boat in a backyard in Watertown, Massachusetts, where a standoff is unfolding. That's currently, right this second, man.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can you believe it, man? I mean, did you hear this guy's aunt on the radio today?
Yes, I heard her. I want proof. I want proof. There is no proof that they did anything, for crying out loud.
And this lady's got the audacity, thank God she's in Canada and not the United States, she's got the audacity to think that the United States government is manufacturing a video with her nephew's photos in it.
Yeah, right. Okay, she's saying no guilt. Oh, then why, okay, possibly, but I doubt it. Okay, they didn't do those bombings, but they went ahead and robbed a 7-Eleven at gunpoint.
Carjacked somebody, killed an MIT security officer.
Exactly, and then they're throwing bombs out of a fucking window, and they're throwing grenades out. Well, you know what? Maybe they're not guilty of the Boston marathon thing. I doubt it, but I'm giving them the benefit of the benefit of maybe they're not guilty of that.
She says she was a lawyer in what is that called? Chechnya.
Yeah. I am lawyer there. I know. They are not. I need proof.
You know, for years, every time there's a tragedy somewhere in the world, all you hear is the neighbors coming out. Oh, he was such a nice boy. There's no way I would have believed he could do this.
Well, you know what? I don't know about you, but I shouldn't say a whole lot. Well, I won't use names. Many years ago, there was a guy I knew, great guy, fantastic guy, and I won't say a name. And I really shouldn't say the story, but I'll go ahead and say it anyway. He killed his mother. Thought she was the Antichrist.
This the guy that worked over at Moldy's?
Don't even. Come on now. No. Don't say anything.
Well, don't forget, my wife worked there.
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah, I knew your wife real well. But you know what? That guy, he was a great guy. I went out partying with him, had a great time, couple of cocktails. And apparently he had something wrong with him, and
Then he go home at lunchtime, do the dirty deed, and come
went
back.
through the whole thing, LG.
Did he come back? I mean, he went home, kills his mother, and comes back to work, right?
Sort of. You know what? Let's not get into. All I'm getting at is everybody is a nice person, and you know what? I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything. What makes a person's head snap like that? Like these two guys.
A 19-year-old kid. That's what's really killing me, man, is you see these young, like you brought up Newtown, the Newtown massacre in
Watertown.
No, Watertown is where we're at now.
Up, yeah.
But I'm talking about the school massacre. There was a young kid, man, that got involved, went over there, blew his mother away, went to the school, and assassinated 5-year-old kids, man. It broke my heart.
And you know what?
I don't understand why the young people are losing it like this, Leaf.
Because we don't spank their ass. They don't. You know what? And I mean, it sounds funny to people, but you know what? They say in this day and age, you've got 2 daughters about the same age as my daughters. And you know what? I spanked their ass. I didn't wind up and hit their ass to next Tuesday. You go ahead and you give them a little boop on the ass.
That's it. Discipline. And there's no discipline in this country now.
And that's enough to go ahead. I mean, they got the damn diaper on. It ain't enough to bruise them or nothing. It's a little like that. That's enough of this shit. You scare the crap out of them. And you know what? Then they have a little respect.
That's the problem. Nobody has any respect anymore. You see it in the schools. You see it in the churches.
LG.
You see it everywhere you go. These kids, they don't have any respect for their parents. They don't have any respect for any authoritative figure at all.
Right. And you know what? I mean, I'm all for it. You know what? I didn't like it. I remember going to Catholic school. Oh, they took a yardstick over your ass.
Absolutely.
Throwing snowballs. I remember getting on the PA. Hello. My name is Jeff Leaf, and I was really bad. I was outside and I was throwing snowballs. And then they'd smack your ass over the PA. And you know what? LG, you're laughing about it. And yeah, it is funny. But, it got to the point that all the other kids are sitting there like this with hands.
I'm not throwing no snowballs.
And I go, I ain't throwing no damn snowballs. I don't want to be like that Leaf guy in there getting his ass smacked. They would do it over the PA system. And yes, it hurt. But I didn't go home, and you know what? Oh, and that was another thing.
That's another thing. You go home back in them days, your dad would kick the hell out of you.
You didn't tell your dad it happened. You go home. I'd go home praying, going, oh, dear God, don't let the teachers, they called my dad up and told him, because he'd beat the shit out of my ass, too, for just doing it. And, everybody, no, you can't do that. You know what? Even getting the dogs, you know what? No, you don't hit your dog. You train your dog nicely. No, you got to smack the little fucker upside the head once in a while and say, you don't shit here. You don't piss here. In fact, I just did a Facebook with Beth that your dog went to training and said he aced it or whatever. What's your dog's name?
Vinny.
Vinny aced it. And then she wrote in parentheses, LG, I'm not kidding you. She goes, yeah, we get in. He pisses in the kitchen. So you know what I wrote back to her? I go, well, better than LG pissing in the kitchen.
Did you write that?
Yeah, I did. I'm not kidding. But you know what? Yeah, discipline.
Until I put a toilet in the kitchen, I'm not pissing in there.
Oh, well, that's what you got to. That's what you got to sing for. Or the ice.
People eat in the kitchen.
I like screwing with all my friends. I piss in the ice cube tray. Throw them in there. Oh, you need some ice with that drink? Yeah, there you go. That's a little salty. Shut up.
But you're right, Leaf, about this no discipline. I found it interesting that Chechenian president came on today and he said, these boys didn't learn this in our country. They learned it in the United States.
You know what? I agree with that guy saying. I agree. He is basically saying, you know what? Even their uncle, they talked to him. You know what? I love, and I'm going to do it verbatim, but no, I'm not. They went ahead and asked him, the news media, what happened to these boys? There was a little bit of silence, and he went, they are losers. And he just went off. And, yeah, from what they're saying, from what I saw, no, it has nothing to do with Russia, Chechnya, their country. These guys lost a frickin' screw out of their head. And for whatever reason, a lot of it I want to go back to the notoriety. I might be wrong about this, but I really feel this, LG, that these people are doing it. I mean, look at this kid now, 19 years old. He's got Boston shut down. He's got the whole country geared on him. You know what? Can you name one victim, as I've mentioned before? I can't. 3 died. People, the one guy getting wheeled away, lost his legs. Know his name? No. No, we know their names, even though we can't pronounce them because they're fucking weirdos or whatever. You know what? I almost want to say, I can't say for certain, LG, but we got to shut down this media shit. Everybody gets glued to this. And you know what? Quit giving them notoriety.
Well, there's got to be something deeper than notoriety here, man, because as I just said earlier in the show, when you do something to this magnitude, these are young people. And you know what, Leaf? So what? They're going to get a little notoriety. The one guy's already dead, which is fine because now the government doesn't have to waste the time and the trouble, and we don't have to support them in the prison system somewhere. Yeah. That's number one. Number two, this other guy, the 19-year-old, still alive, and I guess there's a shootout. Shots were fired at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so a little over an hour ago.
I did see
that. After the police lifted the lockdown in Boston, and they thought it was going to be safe, but all of a sudden shots were being fired, and the entire neighborhood's locked it down again in Boston, Watertown, Massachusetts. The problem is, Leaf, so you get a little notoriety. What is it that would make a 19-year-old kid throw his entire life away? Because there's no way out for this guy, man.
Well, okay, there's a lot of scenarios there. Okay, the one, his brother that got killed is, what, 29 years old?
He was 26.
26 years old? Well, that's his big brother. You know?
Yeah, but I mean,
you might have talked him into
it. At 20, look at me and you were 26 years old. We were out having a good time partying. Did you ever once stop and think to yourself at 26 years old, geez, I got to figure out how to make a bomb?
I'm 52. Well, you know what? Yeah, a bomb, but like firecrackers. But you know what? I'm 52.
You never thought I'm going to make a bomb. I'm going to go blow up the Boston Marathon, did you?
Never.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's something wrong with the society, and I know the discipline has a lot to do with it. But you talk about notoriety. Let's just suppose, let's just suppose that these guys got away with this. You know, nowadays, this is what's even stupider with these people. They don't realize you can't go take a leak anywhere without being caught on video these days.
Yeah.
You go to the bank, you're on videos. You go to the gas station. The entire streets of this Boston area was surrounded with surveillance cameras. And thank God it was, because that's how they got these dudes' pictures. But what I'm saying is, what if they would have got away with it? What if the technology wasn't there surrounding it? Just suppose they got away with it because for 48 hours there was grave concern that we weren't going to catch these perpetrators, okay?
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, I think everybody's presumed innocent until proven guilty according to the United States Constitution. That's what people want us to believe. But if they would have got away with it, there was no videos, there was no pictures. Well, where are they going to get any notoriety? How is people going to know it's them?
Okay, and that's where I'm getting to the point. Okay, LG, let's go back. Okay, before internet, before all the cameras, before all this shit, let's go back 25 years, 30 years ago. Possibly this shit was going on and we didn't hear about it, but you know what? I don't think so. We would have heard about it on the news.
About it 30 years ago.
You know what? It is so blasted on there, and I don't even like I said, I don't like saying the names, like even the incident.
Personally, you can't even say the names. That's the problem. We can't pronounce these names.
Incidents in the Chardon thing, do not say that kid's name. Shit like that, you know what? Yeah, I really feel they're like, okay, I'm not going to be anything or anybody. You know what? This is the way I'm going to do it. You know what? These kids are known nationally in the United States of America. Well, kids, adults, they're known for doing this heinous crime.
Well, they're known worldwide in this particular, because the Boston Marathon just isn't an event that is concerned only to the United States. If you remember the videos, there's flags from all over the world.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Up and down the streets in Boston, there's competitors that come from all over the world to take part in the event. But I just can't get over the fact, like I said, here's a 19-year-old kid. I mean, picture us at 19. You're worried about women. You're worried about, partying. You're worried about having a good time. You never considered throwing your entire life away at 19 years old. And that's what's concerning to me, is these guys have no concern over human life.
Right. Well,
even their own human life.
You know what? I have an older brother. He's 5 years older than myself. So we're talking about the same range here. There is never one time my brother went. You know what our most heinous crime was? Let's go out and throw some snowballs at cars and a couple of houses. That'll be cool. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we might have broke a couple of windows. That is the most heinous crime. Never one time my brother would look at me and go, hey, by the way, Jeff, want to build a bomb? Let's go ahead and blow it up over there because we hate that person. And there were plenty of neighbors, the ones, you throw your baseball, and they went on their lawn and they said, oh, this one's mine. It never crossed our mind, Okay, you know what we did? Let's go egg their house. Let's toilet paper their house.
Yeah, but this is a case where these people are blowing up innocent people that they don't even know their names, man.
It's bullshit.
It's not like you're going to go get revenge on your neighbor that stole your baseball because you stepped on their grass.
Well, you know what? You got a good
I'm saying,
point
man,
there.
every neighborhood had one of those.
Innocent people. What? 8-year-old boy.
An 8-year-old boy.
26-year-old. Did you see the picture of the one lady? And you could tell she was dead. 29-year-old lady, beautiful blonde. She's laying there. Her eyes are looking up into the sky to heaven. And you knew she was dead. They showed that picture. They showed that guy with his legs blown off, and the part of the bone is sticking out like that, and he's just sitting there with a look on his face, and everybody, a couple of reporters, they said, well, look how calm he is. No, he wasn't calm. He was in shock.
Absolutely.
He just had his legs blown off. He had no idea where he was or what was going on. That's...
I heard an interesting point being brought up this afternoon, and you've heard about this. I mean, there's been prominent people that have searched for child pornography on the internet,
right?
And somehow they end up getting busted because they're monitoring whoever searches for child pornography. Why can't they monitor for these people? I'm not talking about a guy that goes onto a bomb site. Well, I clicked on it and I clicked off. But anybody that spends any time on an internet site looking to figure out a way to build a bomb, why aren't they getting a knock on their door by the FBI? I mean, you talk about surveillance, man. This country's capable of that kind of surveillance.
Yeah.
You get the child pornography people that download child porn on their computer or whatever the case may be.
Right, yeah,
why aren't we monitoring these people that are researching ways to do destruction, man?
You know what? I don't have an answer for that, LG. But, and I'm all for monitoring.
Don't you think that could be some kind of a situation?
You know what? And I'm sure that they have something in effect. You know what? They already do have, keywords. Like, if you're on the internet and you're chatting or, you're looking up shit, and you type in stuff like, kill the president, or you even say it on a phone, they're going to go ahead and, believe it or not, they're checking you out. They're going, why did Jeff leave? In fact, probably me just saying that right now on this show. They might go ahead, well, Jeff Leaf is talking
that's
about
another
it.
thing. I mean, you've
never
seen
know.
it twice this week. Not only do we have this heinous crime that took place in Boston, the fertilizer plant blown up in Texas, it blew up itself. Obviously, they didn't store the stuff right. But they had a guy that mailed an envelope to Barack Obama with ricin in it.
Yeah.
And he also mailed an envelope with ricin to a senator.
Look how easy it is to do. Anybody could do it.
Look at the fact, though, man. You send a letter to the President of the United States, okay? Mm-hmm. That letter has to be mailed at the United States Post Office. Just suppose the envelope breaks open, because, stuff does get damaged once in a while going through the shipping methods, and it would have killed how many people working in the post office?
Right, yeah.
So these people aren't even thinking, man. They just go out and randomly do these acts.
They're sick bastards. LG, there is no answer. What do we do? Yeah, we talked about discipline. Bring it back, and then I agree with that. But you know what? What do? You're always going to have. You go out and pick apples. You're going to get a couple of rotten ones, and they're going to smell like shit.
There's no doubt, man. And there's always been rotten apples. But I do think you have a point with the discipline, Leaf. And there's no fear of God in anybody anymore.
No, not at all.
We took God out of the schools. We took God out of the country. We took God out of the government. You can't even have a God saying up on a public building because somebody's out there protesting it, man.
Yeah, and you know what? Hell, LG, here's a good one for you. Thank God both my daughters, they're good kids, and we joke around all the time. And I remember when my youngest daughter one time, and even the oldest one,
holding the beer testicle can.
I know. You know what I'm thinking
comes
of doing?
in pairs.
Here.
The beer testicles comes in pairs. Now you got the testicle cover over your eyes, Leaf.
How are you? This is
You're
Stevie.
getting teabagged, and you don't even know it.
Stevie, how are you?
You're getting teabagged by bull testicle receptacle holders.
But anyway, what I was going to get to, LG, before I forget, my daughter's joking around one time. And I didn't mean it. I looked at my daughter and I says, "I'll go ahead and smack you upside the head and kick your ass." And she went like this. She goes, "All I have to do is go ahead and say something at school, Dad, and you'll go to jail."
Yeah, I had that with my
daughter. And I looked at, and she didn't mean it. She did not mean it. We were joking around. But I looked at her and I go, "Don't ever joke around like that," because they would. She could go to school. I remember our neighbor. One time, his boys, they had the the civil service, whatever. One of the neighbors didn't like him. Had his young boys, called in and said he's beating the hell out of them. They went ahead, human resources is it? They went ahead, took those boys separate, and this lasted for a day or two because of a neighbor's word. And had to interview everybody, and to go ahead and fan it out. They had to check on it, but and my neighbor he asked me. He goes, "Jeff, you ever see me beat my boys?" And I go, "I've seen you give them a spanking, the little on the ass." I said, "But no, never." And he goes, "Well, if they ever call you or talk to you," he goes, "You talk to them. I'm not feeding you any lines, nothing." I said, "Yeah, if they do." They never did, because it all got washed out because they found out really quick that this neighbor, this neighbor's an asshole. He's calling you an asshole and you're beating your kids. But you know what? This day and age.
I had it in my house. I told my daughter one time, she was smarting off my oldest daughter, and I said, "I'll give you a smack." She goes, "You go ahead and smack me. I'll call the police."
Right.
I said, "I'll tell you what. You call the police and tell them why you're going to get a smack."
And
that was the end of that conversation.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, what you're saying is true, man. The country's getting too soft. We've been too soft for years. We've got all these crybaby liberals out there. Can't do this, can't do that, can't do this.
Can't beat your puppy. That's wrong. You're
getting more trouble for beating a dog than you would for beating up a person.
That is a good point. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, my God. I see it on I almost swore. I see it on Facebook all the time. "Oh, love your dog. Save this dog." I mean, I respect pets. I love them. They're great. But God bless you, this and that. But yeah, a lot of these people are like, oh, a person got killed. Oh, okay, good. Next channel. Oh, a dog got killed. Oh, they're up in arms, pissing and moaning. For crying out loud, it's an animal. I mean, love them, but give me a fucking break. There, I swore.
You don't have to swear, Lee.
I don't give a shit.
Hold it in, baby.
Sometimes I get pissed off.
It.
No, I can't. Sometimes I get pissed off.
We're going to send you to Swearing Anonymous.
Shut the fuck up, you bitch.
There you go.
How do you like that? See how that's working for me, huh? Not too good, huh? I'm kidding around,
that
LG.
bull testicle bit.
And you know what?
Riled up.
You know what? Yeah, that was good beer. That was delicious.
Rocky
you know what? I'll give him a call out for that.
25 pounds of bull testicles.
Should I give him a plug?
Give him a plug.
Well,
man.
you give him a plug. You know, I got the sheet over
no
there.
idea, man. It's like the bull testicle.
Well, hang on.
Don't even hang on, man. There goes Leaf. He'll travel anywhere to give a beer company. To give a beer company a plug. That's what he does, folks. He's
my God, here it is.
Of beer.
Folks, I'm not kidding. I had, what did I have?
Rocky Mountain Oyster Testicle Beer.
I don't even see it on here.
No, that's all right,
It's
man.
not called that. But you know what? Oh, there it is. But anyway, folks, this is canned
There's the can right
liquid
there,
art.
Leaf.
Oh, here we go. I hope you get a good shot of that, folks. That was damn good beer. Tasted good.
Damn good beer.
You know what? They got a few.
So
on
here
here.
we got guys out there in the Rocky Mountains making beer, and they're not thinking about blowing people up and stuff, man. They're out trying to make people have an enjoyable beer to drink.
Yeah, that's right. As long as they drink responsibly, because they might get too drunk and go, "Hey, y'all, what do you say we go ahead and make bomb blow shit up?" Yeah. No, not the Boston people and all that. No disrespect. Oh, no, let's just go. Let's go blow that old stump over there on the holler.
Let me take a look here and see what's going on, and see if they got these little bastards yet that are blowing people up.
What else they got? Okay. Canned liquid art.
Shots here heard near Boston location of the bombing suspect. Here's another report from CBS News. Shots heard near last location of bombing suspect, and you got the whole army of police officers in their riot gear, all dressed up, walking down the street. Police responded in mass Friday evening
for one
after
night.
Shots were fired in the town where Boston Marathon bombing suspect was last seen. A man hiding in a boat behind a house has been surrounded, and authorities are approaching the situation cautiously. Now, here, if you got a guy in a boat in somebody's backyard, why are they get in there and get this son of a gun out, man? That's what I say, right?
You know what? Excuse me if it's called an RPG. It's like,
Well,
okay, let's blow the boat up.
They're thinking right now that the suspect does have explosive devices with him. Police say that, I can't even pronounce his name, escaped on foot early Friday after escaping a gun battle in which explosives were lobbed at the police and which his older brother, also a suspect in the marathon bombing, was killed.
Wait a minute. I must cut in. I am their auntie. They have no proof. They have no proof. This is bullshit. For crying out loud. I used to be a lawyer. For crying out loud. They have no proof. Yeah, there's your proof, bitch.
If the guy was innocent, I mean, I would turn myself in, man. If I was innocent, I'd go in there and I'd say I'm innocent.
Exactly from the beginning.
Absolutely. Not running around shooting at police cars and lobbing bombs at them, man.
What did I just say before?
That kind of throws innocent right out the window, don't you think?
LG, like I said, what did I say before? I'll give them a little benefit of the doubt. Okay, maybe they did not do the Boston tragedy. But, okay, let's put that aside. Say that never happened. We have two men that went ahead and robbed a 7-Eleven.
Carjacked a car at MIT and killed a security guard.
Killed the security guard.
Seriously wounded another security guard.
And, like I said, throwing bombs and this and that. Okay, put the Boston thing aside. Say it never happened. You know what? I'm sorry, Auntie. They're guilty of this shit now. They are performing heinous crimes. Okay. You know what? But we obviously...
All I can say is thank God the Auntie doesn't live in the United States. She's in Canada.
You know what? We got friends up there. Dwight. Who else do we have up there?
Dwight was awful. Dwayne Curtis. Dwayne Curtis was awful pissed off. He said he wishes he could be down in Boston doing a manhunt for this little prick. That's what Dwayne was saying.
He'd beat the shit out of him with a hockey stick, eh?
Eh?
He would. Here, I'm about to hit you upside the head with your hockey stick, eh? You piece of shit. And you know what? I'd love him to do it. Come on down here. We'll make you a national hero.
We'll give him a Marshall badge for a day.
That's right. We'll go ahead and give him a passport for a lifetime. Done.
Well,
So
I'll
anyway,
tell you what,
well,
they're saying now that the police had to evacuate residents in Cambridge who lived on the same block as one of the suspects, in whose house several homemade bombs were discovered by police.
okay, whose house?
They're one of the suspects that are, the
Oh,
the
yeah,
brother that's dead. I mean, these guys had a lot more bombs, it looks like.
Yeah, those guys had
These are
the
pipe
brothers-
bombs with internal treads and caps on either end with standard fuses.
Have they been talking any more about two Russians? And I'm not throwing them out there as guilty, suspicious going into Canada.
No,
Did you hear that story?
No.
Well,
Enlighten
it might
me,
be
man.
in there. You know what? It might be a dead point of far as, okay, they look suspicious. They had suspicious, backpacks and this and that. You know what? It might.
When was this?
That was today.
And two Russians were seen going into Canada?
Yeah, they stopped them at the border. I don't know all the details and this and that. But you know what? It might have ended up at this point, LG, that they were like, okay, they were being cautious. Let's check these guys out. They might be fine. I don't know. But you know what? I agree with a lot of the news reports. It cannot just be these two. I would be very surprised if these guys sat around going like Beavis and Butthead going, let's go ahead and like make bombs and do shit like this. Now,
So you're thinking there's more people at large rather than just these two guys.
Like I said, I'd be surprised if it was just those two guys that, lack of better words, did it just for the fuck of it. I believe there's, and I'm not talking Russia. I don't know.
Well, this Chechenian or whatever it's called, Chechenian,
Chechnya.
they have ties to Al Qaeda there. There used to be Al Qaeda training bases in Chechnya.
Chechnya.
You got to do it with the Russian accent, Leaf. There you go.
Chechnya.
But they're saying that there was Al Qaeda training camps there, and you heard about these cases where they take these little kids at very young ages and they start. I mean that could be explainable because remember a few minutes ago I was saying I can't grasp how somebody that young wants to get involved in this mass destruction and killing innocent people, but if you're taken in at a 5 or a 4 years old and you're taught nothing but this, I mean, these people are brainwashed, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's
how many people
LG,
like this could be living in the United States, Leaf?
LG, you know what? We can go through and, I mean, who are we? But, we got our FBI, our CIA, police forces all over Boston and this and that. They're doing a great job. They're more trained in it. You know what? There are thousands of scenarios. Who knows? Like that was a good one. Yeah. But you know what? It could come down to that these guys were just sitting around going, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this shit. Let's do it. And we'll screw everybody up. Who knows? I don't think that's the case, but I do think, by the way, I better put my disguise on talking about this shit. They'll be after my ass. But anyway, LG, I don't know. I believe all these trained officers and FBI agents, they're scratching the shit out of their heads too.
Well, that's the case, too. That's why they want to take this guy alive, man. They want to try to figure out what propelled them to do something this heinous.
Yeah, they want to go ahead and take a corn cob that's dried out and stick it up his ass, torture the piss out of him, and make him talk.
The funny thing is, and it's not funny, but, the crazy thing is, 3 people got killed. Mm-hmm. And as unfortunate as this may sound, they could be the lucky ones because there's people that got arms blown off. There's people that got legs blown off.
Jaws, I heard.
And here's the thing where one day you're taking everything for granted. Mm-hmm. Try to get around with no legs, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the burden that you just were somebody placed on you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you think about it.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. And my heart goes out to every one of those injured victims.
And to their
and every one of the injured victims' families. Absolutely. Our prayers, our thoughts are all with them.
Absolutely.
People don't even stop and realize, what about the financial burden? A prosthesis A prosthetic leg, it costs thousands of dollars, Leaves.
Yeah.
Who's paying for all that?
And
man?
and look at okay, you know what? You can't put money on a life, limbs.
No, you can't. But still, it's a financial burden that these people didn't think they were going to have to face.
Also, they shut down Boston. You know how many millions upon millions of dollars? I mean, okay, restaurant ain't open, bar ain't open, this ain't open, this ain't open. I mean, you know, it is. It's a total tragedy. My God, I mean, you know, what the hell do you say? But, oh, yeah, the 8-year-old kid. And you know what? You can't put an age on it. Okay, that other lady, I think 29 years old. I believe a lady from China was killed also. But it doesn't matter what race, what color, male, female, this or that. You have, they did. They put a total tragedy on their families. Maybe you're right. You know what? Yeah, the lucky ones are the ones that died.
Well, I'm saying,
now, these
man,
people got to go ahead and live. That guy, did you see any of those pictures?
Absolutely, I saw
that one guy
the
with a cowboy hat, and he was sitting there putting a tourniquet on his main artery on his leg, so he wouldn't.
Well, there was a
out.
doctor that was there that actually did time in Afghanistan. He was a trained surgeon by the United States Army,
right?
And he said the last time he saw anything this catastrophic was definitely in a battle zone, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
you know,
well,
and he was triaging the patients in the emergency room at the hospital.
Yeah.
And he said it was just unbelievable, man.
And
he said it was almost like a flashback to a war zone in Afghanistan or Iraq.
And it's terrible to say, but you expect that in a war zone.
Absolutely,
it's going to happen.
In a war zone.
You don't expect it in Boston.
Absolutely, you got to give props. Give props to the medical community that were faced with 170 critically injured patients. I mean, you know, people don't realize that the catastrophic, sure, there's 3 dead, there was catastrophic injuries too. There was patients in critical condition that needed to be put on a ventilator, man.
Right.
And I saw the one doctor on the television, and he said that they just removed the breathing tube from the last patient, and he was breathing on his own, which was a good sign. But these people are going to have years and years of rehabilitation to face.
Oh, yeah.
Years and years
and, you know,
of trying to get used to a prosthetic leg or a prosthetic arm. And the mental damage that has been done. I was just
about to say that, yeah. Yeah, for people that aren't even injured and went through it.
Well, even the injured, though, they're going to be like traumatic stress.
Yeah.
Like coming out of a war zone, man.
Right.
All because of 2 punks.
I got to get a pop.
Because of 2 punks came to Boston and decided they were going to blow up the Boston Marathon finish line. I mean, it's just unbelievable that these people had the gall. They're cowards, man. That's all you can say. This was a cowardly act that these guys pulled off, and it changed so many people's lives, and it also changed the way public events are going to be handled throughout the United States from now on.
You know what, LG? The only thing is, how do you know what? Okay, what do? Bring in more bomb-sniffing dogs? You know, I hate to say it, I don't think there's any way to stop it. If these assholes out there want to do it again, they could do it. And I mean, I don't want to sit there and say, okay, I'm throwing the towel in. Done. No. You do the best you can with their resources, the bomb-sniffing dogs, the whatever, and this and that. But, you know, I mean, it's
the scary part about it.
And I don't want to scare people away, but you know what it is? Getting to the point, it's like, pretty soon nobody will want to go to a mall. Pretty soon everybody will want to home teach their kids. They don't want them going to school because some asshole's going to shoot them up. Or it's like, oh, Boston Marathon? What, they're having a Cleveland Marathon this weekend, aren't they?
I'm not sure which weekend it is.
Well, London maybe this weekend.
May.
Okay. But you know what? I mean, and I don't think, you know what? I got to admit myself, well, I've never been to a marathon anyway. Of course, look at me, fat ass. I'll tell you what. Well, I'm not interested anyway to go down to the Boston Marathon and sit there and go, hey, look, here
No, but let's face it.
here
If you
comes
had
so-and-so. But if I had somebody in it.
right, if you had a family member or a good friend.
Oh, yeah,
said,
if you were jogging in it, but then again, it'd be fucking 10 hours.
I'd be on the ventilator before the race started.
It'd be fucking 10 hours later. You'd come running in. It's like, oh, shit.
It's 26 miles. It'd be 10 days later before I came running.
Oh, my God, I'd be laying there in a hammock sleeping. Hey, Jeff, wake up, take pictures of LG. Oh, he's coming through. Yeah, he's on a gurney. Look at the oxygen.
Yeah, unbelievable, man.
It'll be like Mount Kilimanjaro.
And that's the sad reality. Some of these innocent people that got injured were their lives are devastated because they were there supporting a family member or a friend.
Yeah, right.
And that's what happened.
But you know what? I mean, okay, getting back to the fear thing, and I'll quote my father-in-law, Ed. You know you're going to die someday. Don't sit around and worry about it. And I guess the point I'm getting at, you want to go to a function?
That's America. We're not going to sit around.
And I got to admit, Annette and I don't go to a lot of movies. We went ahead and saw that one movie, the Oz, whatever movie it was. I forget the full name. Oz.
Why don't you go to a lot of movies?
Anyway, we just don't.
You're too cheap.
No,
That's
because
why.
I don't
You're
like sitting in them
guy.
hard.
Admit it. You're
I don't
cheap.
like bullshit. I don't like sitting in them hard fucking seats. I like to sit at home, watch a movie, be able to hit pause, make a little bit of popcorn, go piss, go shit, whatever I got to do. Grab myself another Diet Pepsi. This message comes from you, from Jeff Leaf. Put a commercial in there. But anyway, we don't go to movies a lot. I have to admit, we're sitting there in a movie, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I thought it was a great movie. But it crossed my mind, and I went back to, that shooting at a movie theater. And I'm sitting there going, I see this guy get up. I didn't sit there get all paranoid like I was smoking dope. But I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going, wow, I wonder if that guy's going to come back with his popcorn and pull a 9 out. You know what it did? It crossed my mind. I mean, like I said, I
there's
didn't
no doubt, man.
I didn't sit there and go, oh, shit, honey, we got to get the fuck out of here. Go on.
I went to the movies, and you see, you look around, and you're looking at where the exits are, and you're thinking to yourself,
oh, yeah.
What would you do if
You have a
somebody
plan?
came in there shooting, man?
You ain't got to worry about a thing. You know why? There ain't no bullet going to penetrate that fucking walrus rubber.
You're real funny, Leaf.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I had to
Come in there and stab you in the eye with a pen.
It's my job to try to be funny. Okay, pal. LG, you know I love you. Come on now. And I love Beto.
Now they got a sign hanging up in public school. Listen to this, Leaf. There's a sign hanging up in downtown Cleveland now that says, no unauthorized person shall remain on public square between the hours of 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Tomorrow.
No, now.
Now?
The sign's hanging up now.
Really?
Yeah. So, that's what this country's going to be coming to, man. It's almost like...
And I disagree.
What is an authorized person? You could be down there waiting for the bus. Are you authorized or are you unauthorized?
I don't know what they mean by that.
No unauthorized person shall be there between the hours of 10
Okay, let me
and
throw
5
another
a.m.
scenario at you. I can go over to the Uniforms or Us or whatever, get myself a cop outfit or an official-looking outfit, and I'm walking around, bombs strapped to me, guns. And look I'm giving people ideas. No, I'm not giving them ideas because they've already thought about it. They're smarter than me. I guarantee you I could get down there. A cop would walk right by and go, how you doing, brother? No, not too bad. How are you? But, I mean, we can't create this air of paranoia.
It's already created. We didn't create it.
I admit, I just said, I'm sitting in a movie theater watching us going, oh, well, what's that guy doing over there?
See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's already been created
too
by
bad.
the acts that have taken place over the past several years.
Yeah, you're going to go to a basketball game and be paranoid. Is somebody throwing a bomb in here? You're going to go to a football game. Yeah, whatever, sporting. It doesn't, you know what?
Well, that's the thing. When you go to a football game or a basketball game, I don't know when the last time you went to one, but you walk into the queue to see the Cleveland Cavaliers play basketball, and they search every woman's handbag.
Whippy.
Same thing at the Indians game. You're not going to carry any kind of a package through those gates without it being searched.
Right.
And unfortunately, you got the public streets of Boston, and when there's what it's going to come down to.
That's a good point, too.
When there's an event, they're going to have to seal this off. I mean, think about rocking on the New Year's Eve. How many people pack into Times Square, man? And that place is just loaded with people. And you wondered to yourself, ever since 9/11, you thought, wow, that's a lot of people down there at Times Square.
You're going to go ahead and,
But I'm saying you're going to have to set up some kind of funneling entrances to where all these people can be searched. That's how you can curtail this.
Good luck. And you know what? With that many people,
you got to do it.
There's no way you could do it. You don't have the manpower. Absolutely not. You don't. You don't have the manpower to go ahead and say, okay, Times Square, New Year's Eve, you go ahead and you have, one cop to 8,000 people or 10,000 people?
Yeah, we're going to hear from Russell Reed. He's got a story about this search stuff.
All right, go ahead. I got to go piss.
Okay, well, the story is, to backtrack a little bit, license expired, don't drive, take bus everywhere. I went down to Myrtle Beach to see some family down there, and the scary part is when I left Cleveland, my bags were searched. Put onto the bus went away.
So they searched your bags while you were boarding the bus?
In Cleveland. I wound up going to Washington, D.C.
I can hold my piss for a minute. I want to hear this shit.
I went
Put the headphones on.
Went first to
I can hear you.
First went to Richmond, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., then made my way. Bags came off the bus and were never checked going back on.
Okay, off the bus.
And
they went to another bus.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Something could have happened there.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
A smart bomb, whatever, little nuclear things you should have having, whatever, it could have gone to the nation's capital in a bag and never get checked.
Yeah, but who took the bags off the bus and put them on the next bus? Were you allowed to touch them? Or
Yes.
Oh, you were allowed to touch them.
They were unloaded from underneath the Greyhound. I grabbed it, went inside, for like an hour layover, 2-hour layover, whatever the layover was. Then as I was walking back to the bus, put it down in front, someone from Greyhound put it underneath the bus. I got on the bus and went on my merry way.
Something could have been changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're
especially if they allow people to touch the bag in between.
Yeah, but
then again, you know what? Another point here, Russell, what I'm going to bring up, maybe unbeknownst, they go ahead. I got to imagine, okay, bus driver 1, bus driver 2, exchange of shit. Okay, you got this guy, like a ATF agent, whatever, saying, watch this exchange. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine they'd let that go.
The one big difference they did have is they used to have lockers everywhere. So because you have a 2-hour, 3-hour layover, you want to put your suitcase somewhere.
Yeah.
Go visit. They got after 9/11, they got rid of all the lockers, so you carry that suitcase with you everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I said this to LG before the show. I believe what happened in Boston was not an attack against our country, is an attack against the world, because the Boston Marathon is international.
Yeah, right.
I don't think they were able to get as close as they wanted to the race to do as much damage. They just had to drop it off somewhere, and they just found the closest things.
No, they did a good job at the finish line.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be an international event done in this country.
Right.
And that's just my humble opinion. With 25 cents and a cup of coffee, that's what you get.
Well, now you had something was going to take place in London coming up shortly here.
Well, they're having a marathon, and I think that's
was it London?
I think that's the one that is this weekend. I'm not certain.
Yeah, because they were revamping the entire security policy and thinking of a way that they could, tighten up security and make sure that nothing like this could take place over there, man.
You know what? I don't know. I don't want to go ahead and say give up, throw the towel in, like I said before.
We can't give up and throw the towel in.
No, we can't. We got to keep pounding on it. But you know what? They gotta work their asses off.
We'll never
give
up and throw the towel in, because that's not the American way yet. But the American way has changed, as Leaf said earlier. There's no discipline.
I had to fart.
There's no discipline. There's nothing going on here that puts the fear of God in the youngsters. And, things are changing in America. I said it before. I'll say it again. One of these days, the generations are going to be so soft. I mean, look at the people that fought World War II, Leaf. Look at what these guys were made out of in America to win a war like World War II. Can you imagine a World War III starting with the youngsters that we have today that don't have the respect, that don't have the discipline, and don't have the will and determination to get things done?
Right.
America is certainly going to be facing a tragic situation.
And hang on, you know what? I need to lighten it up a little bit, and since Russell's online here, because he didn't hear me talking before, got to change it up. Why, how do you get all these hot women coming in here? You got a dick with 3 different zip codes on it. What the hell is coming off? I'm interviewing you now. What the hell is going on? Come on, brag it up too. Go ahead. You're a stud.
No,
you can last 12 hours in bed. Look at him licking his lips. He's going, oh, yeah. He does. I'm not kidding. This guy, ladies, I'm telling you, guys, you know, the Russell Reed show used to be on another night, whatever night it was, but the past 3 weeks, every time I come in here, he has these beautiful women.
Wait till you see next week.
Wait till you see the next week. Look at LG and I. What LG, what is with the dude? You know him better than I do. He's got to have a 12-inch dick if he folds it in half from what I
Some guys have it and some guys don't. That's all I
You know what? We got to start a war. I'm going to start getting... Well, no, never mind. I'll lose. I can't get no hot broads in here.
Well, we only got 4 minutes left.
4 minutes left. Well, 4 minutes. Hurry up. How are you getting these broads in there? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to take a wild guess. Hey, ladies, how you doing? I'm doing you. Hey, ladies, how you doing? My name's Russell Reed. You know I have a show. By the way, here's my card. StreamingSportsTalk.com.
Close.
What would you like? Wouldn't you like to come on here? You got something to promote? Huh?
That's basically it in a nutshell.
I knew it. I knew it. He's got a small dick like me.
Yeah, it was.
He's got a little pickle dick like me.
Yeah, it was just being.
I was going to get pissed off if he did. Oh, geez, he just pulled it out. It's an anaconda.
No, it was just writing. Like you said, I'm Russell Reed. I do an internet sports talk show. I would love to have you
brag it up.
Yeah, I'd
really?
Yeah,
is that what I got to do?
Yeah, I'd love to have you on my show.
I got to practice.
Well, Shannon, I've known for about 7 8 years. And Julie just happened to be her best friend.
Shannon was
over on my right.
And I'm sorry, I don't remember meeting her, but, you know, I meet so many women when you have your
show
show.
Up here after several hours at the club, Leaf.
I'm telling you what, you know what? For now on,
already drunk when you get here.
Not a problem. For now on, I am showing up here at 6:30, 6:45, and I'm going to sit there and go, hey, ladies, how you doing? Oh, you're doing a show at Russell? You know, he's a piece of shit. You want to be on my show? You want to be on my show? As I grab my dick, you know, go, huh? Yeah? What do you think about that?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you got to allow them the opportunity to promote themselves. Oh. And that'll get them on.
I'm going to work on that. I'm going to go to the mall tomorrow. I'm going to sit there with a little kiosk. I'm going to have the You Gotta Be Frickin' Kidding Me show, and I'm going to just have, you know, I'm going to make lies. I'm going to have Howard Stern and a little quote under there going, this is Howard Stern. I highly suggest Jeff Leaf is an up-and-coming radio star. The next thing you know, you'll come up here with your 1 or 2 girls. I'll be coming in. Okay, next line. Come on through. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, but you have to remain 500 feet away from most of them.
What? Oh, 500 feet? Yeah, that's how big my dick is. Yeah, I got to stay that far away. He does. I'm not kidding. Every week. I'm just glad I'm getting a couple of answers here. I'm going to start.
Stephanie will be here next week along with Erica.
Okay, did I meet them yet?
Just the name Erica.
Last week,
Erica.
Yeah.
The one that was sitting over here with the little hat.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, she'll be back.
Oh, no, I didn't notice her at all.
No.
Honey, I hope you're not watching.
Erica.
Yeah, I didn't know. I told my wife, I got home and I go, this Russell Reed guy, he's got all these hot broads coming in. Oh, not hot broads. They're very beautiful women.
1 minute we got.
Yeah, and there'll be more of a parade coming in because of the calendar we're doing. And
oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And they'll be coming in being co-hosts, so there will be I don't want to use the word train with, especially when I've been promoting bull balls all night, but there'll be a conga line of women coming in. If you like, I could put them on your show too. I can make a couple calls.
Oh, look.
Well, we're definitely going to switch some of them up and bring them on.
He's throwing me his leftovers. He is. He's throwing.
And by the way,
I'll take your leftovers.
Russell.
What was that?
We'll bring the runners up to the.
There you go.
Because that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. You got the Cleveland Sports 360 Girl of the Month contest. Hopefully, we'll have it up and running next week. The popular vote will determine who is the winner, and it is sponsored by Nicole Christopher's Hair and Nail Salon. They do it all. You get a $100 gift certificate is the prize for the first place. Whoever gets the most vote in a given month will receive a $100 gift certificate to Nicole Christopher's, which is a beautiful nail, hair, color,
and
pedicure, you name it, they do it.
And also, right now, folks, I'm just throwing this out there to beef it up a little bit. You get a date night with Jeff Leaf right after the show. You got to pay. Okay, continue, LG.
You got to pay? Is that what
No,
you
the
said?
girls got to pay. Hell yeah.
Well, that's it. That's going to end this.
He's showing me no more pictures of women here.
That'll be Erica coming in next week.
Erica next week. I'm going to be here, folks.
Erica
I
Soto.
just saw the picture.
International swimsuit model.
Well, that's going to end it for this evening's episode of the You Gotta Be Frickin' Kidding Me show. Jeff Leaf and myself want to give our condolences to the injured.
Oh, no, I
and the
didn't mean
dead.
that to the injured.
We really want to pay our condolences to the families of
Absolutely,
the injured
folks.
and the dead, and hopefully they'll get this son of a gun that's responsible for this bombing. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in Boston.
Absolutely, folks.
Stay safe. We'll see you with more of the You Gotta Be Frickin' Kidding Me show right here at
StreamingSportsTalk.com with your host, Jeff Leaf and LG. And special guest tonight, Russell Reed. Thank you, folks. Have a great night.
We'll see you next week.